Cowabunga! Bitcoin is right now failing to re-enter the 1 month long rising wedge pattern that we've been following on this channel. And the question is now, can Bitcoin soak its toes in the fresh ocean water and pump? Or has this baby cooked too long on the beach without suntan lotion and is heading to our target all the way down here that we mentioned yesterday? And Bobby Lee says crypto could enter a winter lasting years. Should we be afraid? Or should we lay down in the sun and sip some nice cold Capri Suns? Welcome back, everyone! I'm your host, Simon Surfs Up, and welcome back to this tropical beach webisode. Wow, we've got a lot to be covering in today's video, as in fact, Bitcoin has only gone down since our last update. And it seems as though the prediction we made in yesterday's video of the trajectory of Bitcoin is inching closer and closer to that circumstance. So guys, a lot to be covering, but is it all doom and gloom for crypto? In fact, there are some altcoins that are having a nice little fun in the sun. Whoa, so if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and if you love the beach, you love some juice, and you love some sun rays, make sure to turn on those post notifications so you get updated when we post these absolutely time-sensitive critical alerts. This is going to be a big one. Without any further ado, let's dive in. Life is a beach and I'm just playing in the sand. Guys, so if we start off here on Business Insider, Bobby Lee, brother of crypto legend Charlie Lee, saying that Bitcoin could plunge 90% into a winter lasting years after another surge. Crypto exchange founder said, in fact, this is almost inevitable. So, founder of the BTC exchange said the price could fall as much as 90%, very similar to the prophecy back in January of 2018, inevitably, which for the most part ended up coming true here. So guys, again, just very important to note that more so than ever before, we still most likely have a few months minimum. Okay, we probably have at least 3-4 months minimum of this bull market, but more people than ever, earlier than ever, that are in crypto right now understand that cycles, at least in the past, have not lasted forever. Okay, whether people didn't know or they didn't want to acknowledge it or whatever, most people back in 2017, and you will hear this from most people, okay? Most people that were that bought in 2017, 95+% of them will say, I thought we would keep going up. And a lot of people were saying that. A lot of people with big platforms were saying that as well. So I think that had an influence. But back then, not everybody was aware. I myself was not aware that there were cycles to Bitcoin. And yeah, that's why when people started to panic and the market started to go down, you hear stories many people didn't cash out, right? Many stories of this. So this time it's different because I would venture a guess and say most people are educated because of YouTubers, because of Twitter, because of just influential people, because of a lot of different reasons. Most people are now aware that this cycle, if it is anything similar to other cycles, which so far it has been, in terms of how it's going up. If you look at the stock to flow, it's basically exactly according to the stock to flow so far. If it is to play out similar to that, then it's very likely that there is going to be a pretty big drop. So with that being said, if most of the people that are in the market right now are aware that you probably got to take profits at some point, right? If people are kind of trying to time this perfectly and they're looking for that exact target to where they can pull a nice chunk out, which again, back in 2017 was not the case, guys. So we have to keep that in mind. I personally think that will play an impact on how high the cycle can go. We hear people saying about a 250, 280, 300,000, 400,000, maybe over, or you don't really hear a lot of people saying 500,000 this cycle, but let's say 400,000 this year. If that target would get hit, how quickly would people be taking profits if that would happen, right? We have to factor that in. And again, this is just a really important topic, I think, because it has all to do, the topic that I'm talking about right now has pretty much everything to do with your exit strategy and with how much money you're going to end up with, right? And I want to say this as well. I am never going to sell all of my cryptocurrency. I am always going to keep a moon bag. In fact, I feel that it is very possible in the future, probably further ahead in the future, that we're going to be using these cryptocurrencies as the means of daily transacting everywhere. I mean, we're getting closer to being able to do that every single year. But yeah, I personally think that we are going the way of cryptocurrency being the real currencies that people use. So it doesn't make sense to sell everything into fiat for me. But I do think that it makes sense for me to do that, especially, you know, as this cycle comes to an end, if it does, you know, maybe in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Because let's be honest, if you want to buy a lot of things, you need your native currency. So obviously taking profit is smart. I'm also going to always keep a moon bag. I'm probably never going to sell out 100% of any of my crypto positions, meaning I'll probably always have a little bit of Ethereum. I'll always probably have a little bit of Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. So is it going to be a race to the finish line, right? Are people going to be jumping over each other, digging their heels in each other, trying to get those perfect sells at the very height? Or how do you plan on playing it? And again, I'll go into more detail throughout the next few months, but for me, guys, again, I've always been a proponent or an advocate of taking small amount of profits along the way, right? Maybe taking some at 50K, right? Maybe taking some at 100, and just incremental profits. As I've said before in other videos, I don't think it's wise to just, again, this isn't financial advice, but I don't think it's wise to just pick a magic number or a magic price that you think it'll hit, and then put all your monkeys in that basket, hoping that when it hits that price, that's when you're going to pull everything out. That's just not my strategy. It might work for some people. It could be, you know, an amazing strategy if you would time it perfectly, but it is more risky than the strategy that I'm going with. And with that being said, Bitcoin is literally just holding that same fib level, the same fettuccine level from yesterday, right around 55,900. I mean, to round up 56,000, it's right in that same area right here. And guys, as I mentioned, if we can't hold here, which we're testing right now, so this could happen, you know, this could happen before I can even upload this video. But if we don't hold here, it's likely, I think, that we could come down to that $50,000 level. You see, breaking out of this 1 month rising wedge. You know, we've been on the downside of this now for over 24 hours, so we got to be watching that. A little bearish on all the shorter time frames. We're below some key moving averages here. Obviously, the weekly just opened up not very long ago. 6 hour, again, we're right on this 21 day. Again, before we go to that 50K though, the big thing to watch is if we just get that bounce on the 21 day. 21 days, roughly right around 55,000 US dollars. So I guess I should correct myself. If we can hold 55,000, which is basically where we bounced so far. So if we just hold this area here, right below this fib level, then that could be fine. But if we break 55 and if we break the 21-day moving average, then I think we're probably going to go down to like 50,000 US dollars. And as well, altcoins are going to be going down as well with that. But something we do notice, we do have most coins down actually today except Uniswap, which actually set a new all-time high at about almost $36 right here. So the highest that it's ever been, absolutely awesome there. If we go to the SPX is actually having a decent day after bouncing off its 21-day moving average. Then we have the DXY still kind of keeping us in limbo, not really picking a direction over the last few days. You know, got a big drop the other day and then got a bounce at the 21-day, and now it's kind of just been, you know, a little indecisive recently here. But yeah, guys, whatever this next big move is, I don't care. I just want to see a big swing because then we'll get on with the trajectory of this market. Okay, I just want to get away from the monotony of the sideways trading, and if that means we need to go down to 50K, potentially lower, then so be it, because not long afterwards, in my opinion, we're going much higher. And as well, guys, maybe leave in the comment what you think you're going to do with profit taking. Are you going to try to time it perfectly and only take profit at a certain high price? Or are you going to kind of take profit at certain levels along the way? Remember, it's different for everyone. Everybody has different goals in this. If you can put money in crypto and 10x your money, are you going to really be upset if you maybe could have 15x'd, right? If you only 10x your money when you could have 15x'd, how mad are you really going to be, right? Because without crypto, you wouldn't have 10x'd your money. So I think that's a smarter way of looking at it rather than getting greedy. Because when you start getting greedy, that's when mistakes are made. And I think by taking profits along the way can help mitigate some of that greediness and take away that greedy attitude a little bit, because I just think it's a more conscious, a more present, more secure way of taking profit. The same way about investing, right? Dollar cost average investing, putting profits or putting buy orders in along the way. Same thing for DCAing out of crypto, you know, taking profit along the way. It's just, in my opinion and in my experience, it's a much safer route. Wow, so if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and if you guys are interested in trading, make sure to take advantage of our Bybit and Femex deposit bonuses below. Tons of vaults if you have experience trading and you want to support the channel that you can trade on these websites. And without any further ado, that's it for me. Bye-bye.